Hello, and welcome to this presentation on the Plano High School Athletic Code of Conduct. We are here today to discuss some revisions we have had to the Code of Conduct and why we need these revisions in this Code of Conduct. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Patrick Roscoe. I've been the head athletic trainer here at Plano High School for the past 4 years. I've been working through Atlas Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine Centers. I've got my Bachelor's of Science in Kinesiology and Physical Education with an emphasis in athletic training from Northern Illinois University. And as of right now, I am actually pursuing and completing my Master's in Athletic Administration from Ohio University. Let's look at why we need a code of conduct in our athletic system. Code of conduct is to provide student athletes, as well as fans and parents, with rules and guidelines of how to act during competitions, as well as outside of competition, at the school and in the community. The Code of Conduct creates a contract for how student athletes should act on and off the field, not only to show the kids that winning is not the only thing that is important, but winning in life is also important, and how to act once they leave these halls. Now for the reasons for the changes to this Code of Conduct. I want to fully encompass the 4 ethical sports principles in our Code of Conduct to pass on to our student athletes. 1 is promise keeping. 2 is respect of persons. The 3rd is responsibility and or duty. And the 4th being balance. First, let's look at the ethical principle of promise keeping. Ways we can help instill this ethical principle in our student athletes is to attend preseason orientations that help go over our Code of Conduct. At the end of all these orientations, each student athlete and parent or guardian must sign our Code of Conduct contract. Without signing this contract, no student athlete is allowed to participate in any interscholastic athletics. The contract's purpose is to ensure that the student athlete and parent or guardian abides by Plano High School's Code of Conduct on and off the field. We also want to help the student athlete abide by IHSA's Doing What's Right. This campaign helps ensure that the student athletes abide by all rules during competitions and creates a positive environment that helps with sportsmanship and following the rules. The second ethical principle I would like to look at is respect of persons. What that means is we want to instill the ethical principle in our student athletes to respect everyone involved in interscholastic athletics, that being faculty, coaches, and other members of the student body, as well as their opponents. We'd also like to remind everyone that participation in any of our activity programs is a privilege, and with this privilege comes a tremendous responsibility. Your image will reflect the perception from people of what our activity, community, and school is all about. It is important that you use good judgment in displaying mature behaviors at all times. You are in a leadership role, and this can never be overly emphasized. It does not matter whether you're a freshman or a senior. Everyone should be a positive role model since you have the greatest impact on our programs, school, and community. Our next ethical principle is responsibility and or duty. Student athletes are all representatives of Plano High School. All student athletes should act accordingly and with mature behavior on and off the field, at sporting events and in the classroom. It is the responsibility of our student athletes and fans to show class and sportsmanship on and off the field. Please be respectful to all adults and be cooperative in following the instruction of coaches, teachers, and other faculty members. Use good judgment, be responsible, and show respect for person and property. A student athlete will share responsibility for acts of any group or individuals with whom they associate. The Code of Conduct is put in place to help those student athletes make the right decisions. Lastly, let's look at our 4th principle, the principle of balance. As educators, we must make sure we can help show balance between education, athletics, and life for our student athletes. We know that obviously all of our students hang out with a diverse group of people on a daily basis that may or may not completely follow our Code of Conduct. We have tried to implement a rule stating that they must refrain from the use of any tobacco products, alcohol, illegal drugs, or the misuse of prescription drugs. Refrain from being involved in situations where others may be participating in the use of them. We want to give our student athletes the tools to succeed on and off the field. We want them to continue a successful life once they leave these halls of our high school. So in summary, we have gone over what is the purpose of the Code of Conduct in interscholastic athletics, the purpose of the 4 principles of sports ethics, which are promise keeping, respect of persons, responsibility and/or duty, and balance. And we've also gone over understanding what our new Code of Conduct is and why we have implemented these changes. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask me.